Good morning, it's July 5th. I'm back after not walking for a couple of days. 3 days, I guess. Heading downtown, I have to go down to the bank and then I'm going to work downtown, have a Zoom call at 1, and I'll walk back. Maybe this time I'll record both ways. Last couple of times we've only recorded our live streamed one way, but we'll see. Quite a lovely day, a little bit of breeze. It's only going to 22 today, so not too hot, and dropping down into the single digits at 9, 6, 8, stuff like that. Since our air conditioner is still several days from being operational, I'm fine with slightly cooler weather, really cool weather even, which it was yesterday. Oh, I'm busy with publishing stuff. Shadowpaw Press is kicking things up a notch, as Emerald used to say. Bam! And moving on to new distribution and sales force and all sorts of things, which is going to require a rather alarming amount of work on my part, but plus I've started working more on my nonfiction book, which I need to get a substantial portion of done this month. So I've got that too. All I can do is what I can do. Like that house. However, it should mean that Shadowpaw Press books are much more widely available, and going forward at least we'll have more, actually have a sales force behind them, which they've never had before. May mean some changes in how I'm doing things now. It will mean changes in how I'm doing things now, but anyway, lots to think about, which is why I suddenly quit talking. Yesterday, of course, was July 4th. That's not why I didn't walk. Somehow I just mismanaged my time and didn't feel like it. And Monday we were busy doing work around the house. That seemed to, here's our first dog of the day, that seemed to more than make up for the not walking. For Saturday night, of course, I had the fireworks live stream. And I guess I didn't do anything on Sunday. Why didn't I walk on Sunday? I don't remember. Oh well, bit of a break, but try to be more regular again going forward. No more holidays for a while. I'll be in Winnipeg in a couple of weeks. I probably won't walk there. So I might miss a few days. But I'll probably take stuff with me, and maybe I will walk. It depends on how I feel about the neighborhood, I guess. I think we're pretty much right downtown. And, it's for the North American Science Fiction Convention. PIMACon, they're calling it. NASFIC, North American Science Fiction Convention. Whenever the World Science Fiction Convention is overseas, which it is this year, it's in China, there's a NASFIC, North American Science Fiction Convention, and Winnipeg got it this year. I haven't been to a big science fiction convention for a while. I've gone to CanCon in Ottawa every year. It's fairly small. It's been even smaller because they've capped it because of COVID. I expect I'll be in Ottawa again this year. I'm planning on it right now. I did do a walk there last year when I was there, so maybe I'll do another walk around Parliament Hill this year when I'm there. It's warmer than I thought, at least on the sunny side of the street. on the sunny side of the street. I'm not going to the hotel first, I'm going to the bank, so that'll be a little further walk. Right down to downtown, kind of the center of downtown. Hamilton and 11th, that's where the bank is. And if I do live stream, I walk back. And I'm not promising anything. Sometimes I just don't feel like it, and I figure I've already walked the route, so it doesn't add much to do it again. But if I do, it'll be probably 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something like that. I'm not sure a pub advertising school's out for the summer seems a little odd. College age, I guess, but either high school or younger is allowed in there. Now, why would that song be in my head? It's awfully different without you. Don't get around much anymore. What triggered that? Oh, I mentioned pub, which might have reminded me of club. Thought I'd visit the club. Maybe that's it. I'm always interested in how the brain makes these connections and things especially with songs. Well, a song will suddenly pop into my head and I'm trying to figure out why, like just then. The ubiquitous UPS trucks. Hello, who is it? Monica, hi. Classic Studios, where my daughter danced and worked at one point. Danced for many years, worked for 1 year. During the pandemic year. And she was here instead of at the University of Toronto. Now she's here again, working at ICE Camp, educating youth in engineering and science for the summer. Then she's going to get some sort of job while she applies for graduate school. So we have her home for a while, which is nice. Johnny Cash official. Good morning. I wrote a biography of Johnny Cash. Children's biography. Twice in a way, because the original version they needed it shorter for the reissue, so I had to edit it down. It was short enough to begin with. And of course, Johnny Cash had a Saskatchewan connection. He used to like to go fishing up north. People up there that still remember him, I'm sure. Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. I hear the train a-comin', it's rollin' round the bend. I ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. I like his songs because he had a low voice. I'm stuck in Folsom Prison, and time keeps dragging on. Although I might have started that one a little too low. Should probably stop before I get a copyright infringement hit. That's where we got married 25 and a half years ago. First Presbyterian Church. It's a cat cafe. Are there any cats in the window today? I don't see any. Maybe they haven't been let out yet. It's a strip mall. I can never remember what they actually call this mall. RS. Oh, there we go. Royal Square. It's not a square, and it's not royal, but other than that, a perfectly applicable name. Number 1 fire hall over there. Credit Union Center. That one there. 13th was closed quite a while they were working on it, but it's open now. Probably where you can see there's new sidewalk on the corner here. That tree looks very dead on this side of both of them do. They should have leaves if they were going to get them. I'm still stuck on this side of the street, thanks to the way the lights are working, so across 13th here. If it changes halfway across, I'll cross, but if it doesn't, I will keep going. So I guess I'll keep going because it hasn't changed yet. See? We're at Union Center. This is Viet Thai, one of our favorite Asian restaurants. It's a framing place that I've never been into, but it's been there forever. Cathedral Social Hall, pub, restaurant. China's Best Patio, maybe. Don't go in there very often anymore. I don't really like their menu, how it's evolved over the years. So it's just a strip mall with odds and ends in it. No stores really, they all seem to be more offices, and a lot of them are empty. Including what used to be a medical clinic down here. So we're headed that way, a few more blocks. I don't really even have to cross here. I could just keep walking up this side, but eventually I have to cross, and probably the shortest wait will be here at Victoria Avenue. So I think I'll probably cross here. There's the North Canadian Oils building, towers downtown, Esso Station, of course. This is the Viterra building, started life as an apartment building. Department store, not apartment building. Has a lot of nice gargoyles up there. These terracotta features down here. It's a cool building, but when they built it, they thought Regina was going to boom more than it did, because it was booming at the time, and then the boom went away. I will go this way because it's about to change. Straight down Victoria Avenue, which I often walk along. Have to wait for the left turn signal. Wasn't sure how this would work out. I'll probably walk through Victoria Park. Although, if I crossed here, I could zigzag up a different way. Maybe I'll go down this side. I don't go down this side very often. I walk downtown more often. Don't see limos around too much. Yeah, that was, well, here's another one. Well, it's not quite a limo, I guess. We actually own a very old Cadillac limo, but it's been sitting for 20 years. It would take an enormous amount of work to get it running again, but my wife's parents owned it. I rode in it a few times. If anybody wants to buy it, it's one of only about 750, I think, that were made. 77 Fleetwood limo, I believe. I think it's a Fleetwood. Purpose-built, not a stretch of some other model. It had all the bells and whistles. It had a car phone in it long before people had, cell phones. It's designed so in the back you can sit facing each other. Not very safe, but we used to, when I was first courting my wife, we used to go to the symphony in it with her mother. They had a driver for it and everything, which was kind of cool. Greg's is the dry cleaner we normally go to. So we're on this side of City Hall. That's it right there. Cooperator's Place over there. Oh, for some reason I thought they'd gone out of business, but they're clearly not. Where did I get that impression? I've only eaten there once or twice, and one time when I did, I was deathly sick afterwards. I don't know that it was their fault, but it might have been. So it tends to make you not want to go back. You used to get your passports in there, but they've moved. That was the only reason I ever had to go in there. Although years ago there was a gelato place on this corner, which was kind of cool. Went into that a few times. I think we'll cross over and then go down 12th here. This is medical offices mostly in here. There's City Hall from this side. Also, we can see what the heck are they doing down here. I saw funny on the Babylon Bee, I think it was, state reaches ultimate goal of having all roads under construction at once. Sometimes it feels like that here. Construction season is so short, they got to take advantage of it. Whatever work needs to be done, you get it done while the sun shines. Make hay while the sun shines. Hundseth. Who or what is a Hundseth? I don't know. They pumping in concrete? I don't know. Here's St. Paul's Cathedral. This is one of the oldest buildings in town, built in the late 19th century. Certainly the oldest church in town. Anglican Cathedral. I've sung in there and been at various functions. And it has a new part here. Fellowship Hall, I guess. I'm trying to read that. They opened what a few days ago? I'm not sure what you're referring to since I'm long past where you made the comment. 13th? Yeah, it hasn't been reopened very long, if that's what you're referring to. Otherwise, I don't know. A rooftop garden over there, courtyard for the residents here. This is basically a seniors assisted living kind of place. I've only been in it once or twice. I don't think I've ever been in a suite in it. Maybe a little bit. Hi, Kirk in Vancouver. Saskatchewan Writers Guild office used to be over there. First time I was in the 24-hour playwriting competition, we were in there. There was a 24-hour playwriting competition, but I only spent a few hours at the play because I was doing, I think it was The Mikado at Dark Hall at the same time. I didn't need 24 hours. I still wrote about the longest play that was turned in. I didn't use my entire allotted 24 hours, that's for sure. This is 11th, and this will take us right down to the bank, Royal Bank, that I'm headed to. One of many cannabis stores. Don't tempt me at all. Culture. Some of these places I'm not even sure what they are. That's a barber shop. Didn't know there was a barber shop there. Mortis and Tinden. Again, what exactly do they sell? The Tiki Room clothing. I've been in this one with my daughter. She was buying clothes. Nowadays she tends to do her own shopping. I'll keep going this way. You hear the train signals dinging down there. Vintage vinyl and hemp emporium before marijuana was legal. You couldn't buy marijuana there theoretically, but you could get associated things, roach clips and such, I believe, whatever those are. Sorry, trying to see your name there. Shiva Balan, is that right? Hi in Toronto. I did. If you go back and look at my site, you can see our fireworks from July 1st night. I live streamed them, but it was kind of laggy because there were so many people using their cell phones around the lake. So I uploaded the recording separately, which has no lags in it. High resolution too, probably. SGI building, the Golden Tower of downtown. This is a SaskTel switching station over here. That sign there about this place has been there for years and nothing has happened to build it. And we come up to the Cornwall Centre. That's the Hudson Bay store on this end. I'll stay on this side because it's shadier. My doctor's office used to be in this building, but that was a long time ago, and he's retired now. Used to be a Chinese restaurant down there, but it says dim sum all day. Guess it still is, but I've never been into it. This, of course, if you're familiar with Canadian architecture, you'll immediately recognize this as a Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce building. I think the most notable thing in it now is Avenue, which is a restaurant that's part of, what's his name? I've lost his name. Just saw him last night too. Guy in Saskatoon, first winner of Top Chef Canada, has several restaurants. That's one of them. And he was just competing in their big International All-Star competition, which we've just started watching, so don't tell me anything if you've watched it. What is his name? It'll come to me. I've eaten in all of his restaurants at this point, I think. Comic readers, you'd think I'd spend more time in there than I do, but I'm not really a comic reader. I sell books at the Comic-Con style conventions. There's one coming up in September. But I don't personally read comics very much. Just another block and we'll be done here. I guess this is all related to, I don't know what all they're doing here now. This is the refurbishment of Globe Theatre over here. I guess I'll cross here since it's going to change. The old building has an H&N in it now. This is where Globe Theatre is, but it was the post office originally, and then the City Hall for a while as well. It's usually called the Old City Hall Mall, but City Hall, the old City Hall, long gone, is down here in the Alvin Hamilton building, that location. All right, well, here we are at the bank, so I will stop here, to look up that way, I guess. Back there, maybe? There we go. And I will possibly talk to you later. If not, probably tomorrow. Bye for now.